Houston Rockets get the first win of the season last night. Toyota Center, man. Texans, quality win over the 49ers at NRG. LSU, they basically come out with quit with the shenanigans, man. And they got your guy up out of there, man. Pack show tonight, or Pack show this afternoon in Houston, Texas, man. This is the 4-5 podcast. Sit tight. Hey, you want to know what I do want to ask you about? Though that's actually kind of funny, because it actually just popped up to me before we got on for the show. What did you think about the verses, bro? With Cash Money and No Limit. Did you get a chance to look at it?
I only seen the highlights. Like, I didn't actually see it all the way through. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the reason why I didn't see it all the way through is because I didn't like the fact that it was in Vegas. Like, how you gonna have a Cash Money versus No Limit versus and it's not in actual New Orleans? Like, I didn't like that. So I already knew like the vibe of it wasn't gonna be what it should have been. Like, New Orleans is a place where, from a music standpoint, that whole city thrives off of that. So to have a versus there, you would have been able to feel that New Orleans vibe a little bit more. So I don't know, outside of what I've seen from highlights and stuff like that, what it actually, looked like. But I'm quite sure it was underwhelming, whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? To be honest, I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about that it not being, in New Orleans or Louisiana. And you know what? Maybe that had a lot to do more so with Apple Music, because I think Apple Music was the people that was over the entire situation, because it streamed out over, Apple Music or whatever the case may be. But yeah, like to your point, it was kind of a little bit underwhelming. I mean, it was cool to see some of the people you ain't seen in a while, like the Mia X's and stuff like that. I think that was pretty fire, but it just don't feel the same when you don't have everybody a part of it, like the Waynes and stuff like that. Because if we're really just talking about hits, me personally, I think Cash Money kind of got the hits a little bit more than Master P and them. Master P had his joints, liked a couple things from Mia X. Of course, Mystical had fire stuff, man. But
say that it could have been more of like I said, it should have been a nice versus, because like Cash Money got hits for sure. The Juvenile, Wayne, all BG, they got the hits. Even Fresh and Manny Fresh and Birdman, when they was doing stuff they had with big timers. But not Cash Money, No Limit got hits too now. Like Mystical, he had a nice little run. So even people gonna laugh, but even Silk the Shocker had about one or two of them.
Oh man, see, that's I didn't want to go down that road. But no, like I said, I'm not saying that No Limit didn't have no hits whatsoever. But man, overall, like if I'm looking at hits for hits, like damn near Lil Wayne could just wipe out that entire No Limit, like damn near almost by himself, is what I'm kind of referring to. Like he had a crazy run, and just him being on Cash Money alone, I feel like is like a little unfair, because he was like one of the bigger artists, out of all them, like national wise. So I feel like his hits, he just has a lot more discography than the rest of everybody else. But it's not to take away the hits that No Limit has, because I used to jam a lot of these stuff. I'm not even gonna sit here and cap.
Format like 20, you play your best 20, I play my best 20, or you play your best 10, I play my best 10. So I mean, it's not like No Limit don't have 20 songs. Like, yeah, Wayne got 20 songs by himself, but I mean, if that's the nature of the game, or the whole competition itself, then No Limit can hold their own for sure. But you'll see that and feel that more if it was in New Orleans.
That's true. That's true. If you had more of the, where everything it all started, with the history behind everything, yeah, you're right. They could have found a safe place in Louisiana to do everything. Yeah, I think it would have been great. You probably would have had a lot more people probably would have traveled for it. Being that it's an event I can go to, probably can go down there, Bourbon Street, afterwards, and all this other type of stuff. So yeah, no, you're right. I didn't even think about that till you just brought it up, to be quite honest with you. So Shout outs to Versus, man. No limit. Cash money. H-Town. Your boys got a dub last night, man. First dub of the season in KD's stint with the Rockets, man. They went and just wiped the Nets completely off the planet, banished them to the shadow realm, is what we would call it. But they look pretty good, man. But like I said, it is the winless Nets. But sometimes the Rockets tend to have these little, the tendencies to go out there and play down the competition sometimes, and they make it closer than what it was, man. But overall, the team did look good last night, man. What was your takeaways from the game, T. Rasco?
Balanced game all the way around. Like, of course, you're playing the Nets, and Nets can't, stop anybody. So, I mean, you're supposed to get that win, but at the end of the day, uh, the teams that are supposed to do what they're supposed to do, and they actually do it, are the good ones. And they took care of business
Yep.
yesterday. So, love to see the balance all around. I think they had about 6 or 7 people in scoring double figures.
Yeah.
Tari Eason coming
Yep.
off the bench. Dropping trades, especially early in that first half. And then even Reed Shepard had a nice little complete game. I think he had something like 15 and 8. So it was a good game all around. Looking forward to them carrying it over to the next one.
You know who actually stood out to me too last night was Josh Okogie. And when we went to the game on Saturday, what was it? Saturday? No, Friday. I'm sorry, Friday. When we went to the debut on Friday, Josh Okogie came off the bench, and he was like an instant spark, and he was doing this thing on that Friday. And so you look up Monday, he in the starting lineup, now. And I think it just adds a little bit more dynamic, even though we kind of know where we are with the point guard situation. It at least adds another type of ball handler in the situation. Now, I'm not saying Josh Kogi all world, all world point guard, nothing like that, but I feel like he does give a dynamic on both sides of the court because we already know he likes to lock up on defense. So I think that gives you another defender on the floor. And I think it kind of gives you a little bit of dynamic on the other side. So we'll see how that, pans out for, the Rockets as the season goes on. I'm
I think
glad
it's something
Tari.
that you see a lot, though. I don't think that lineup that started the game against Brooklyn is a lineup that's going to be the lineup moving forward. I think Udoka is probably just going to use personnel. So if you're playing someone like the Thunder and they got Hartenstein and Chet
Okay.
Holmgreen starting, then you go with your big lineup. If you playing somebody like the Nets and you trying to stop Cam Thomas from dropping 40 again, then you go with somebody like Josh in the lineup. So I think it's all going to come to whoever they playing, especially with us not having a bona fide point guard in that lineup. And you might see Tari Eason start. You might see Josh. You might see Sam. You might even see Capella. Especially, you might even see Reed. It just all depends on like who they're playing.
Yeah, that is pretty true. Because I think last time, like you mentioned, Ime was definitely like, we know Cam is the what I'm saying, one of their top scorers. So we're gonna at least bite at least at not letting him go out there and give us 35, 40 points. But on the other end, outside of Cam, Trey Man, you look up Trey Man actually went off on us. So I was like, well, damn, yeah, he was out there hooping, man. So if Cam would have came along with him, probably would have made a long night for the Rockets. But yeah, man, they are adding some more scoring. Like I seen them all preseason get 130, score 140s and the 120. So they get to 130. There may be a situation where that 130, if they get there, you know how that stat they have in the NBA season, if a team gets to normally when a team gets to this much, they normally win the game. That might be something that they carry on. But kudos to them getting a W because we definitely need it because media outlets was already clamoring of, oh yeah, man, the Rockets lose them, to the Nets. They starting off 0-3. They got all these lights and shiny things going. They was getting ready to talk about it. So I'm glad that the Rockets handled their business last night. Moving on. Texans, man. Our boys went and showed out on Sunday, man. 49ers team. Did you see all the 49ers fans that was marching in?
Yeah, that's one of those
That
organizations where they come in droves on the road, man. Them, the Bills, the Steelers,
Yeah, Bills for
Cowboys,
sure.
unfortunately. But yeah, they definitely came out for the 49ers.
But a lot of them too. I think there's we've had a lot of California people move down here too,
Yeah, that's true.
from over the last past couple of years to Houston with all the businesses and everything going on. So I felt like a lot of them was already here. Now some, of course, did travel, but man, they was in NRG. Man, they packed that stadium completely out. Like when I seen them coming, the fans coming down the ramp, I was like, that's a lot of damn people, man, to get together. Like I know Texans have, the traveling Texans. We've met up with them before, when we went out to Denver to watch the Texans play the Broncos and stuff. So we do understand there is traveling, groups and organizations and Facebooks and stuff, so you can go meet up with other fans like yourself. But man, that was a lot of people, man, that came down that ramp when they was coming into NRG, man. And you came in NRG and you got to hold that L 49ers. Now, that's the main important thing. But what I didn't like about the situation, all week I kind of had to hear about, okay, man, this game is an important game to the Texans. The 49ers, they are doing pretty good. I think they was 5-2 at the time they came in. And they've been winning games, even with the Mac Jones stuff. I've watched them win games over these last couple of weeks with the personnel that they got. And so now they walk into NRG. The Texans beat them. Now everybody's saying, oh, well, man, it's because they depleted on defense. And it's like, bro, y'all been playing with this same defense for like the last 2 or 3 weeks.
That's what the Texans defense do to you. Like they only gave up 15 in that game.
That's
I don't
true.
think they've given up more than 20 points in the game all this season. I know they averaged less than 20 points. So, I mean, that's the Texas defense for you. You can come in high. That's why I can't wait to see them play against the Colts. I would love to see. Can't wait to see that game. As long as we stay healthy. I know it's 4-5 games down the road, but for everybody saying how hot the Colts are, and they're good. I'm not going to take anything away from them. They're a good team, but they haven't played a Texans defense yet, and so let's see what that looks like because they're stopping everybody. They've shut down San Francisco. They shut down who was it? The Rams. We just unfortunately turned the ball over in that game. So
had Tampa Bay on the ropes.
For sure, put Tampa Bay on the ropes. I mean that defense is a championship caliber defense. We just need the offense to remain consistent.
Yeah, man. What do you think about the young talent, man, finally getting a chance to shine, man, on Sunday afternoon, man? Higgins gets another TD for us. Xavier Hutchinson. Xavier Hutchinson. Is it Hutchinson? Yeah, Hutchinson. Is it Hutchinson? Yeah, Hutchinson.
Hutchinson.
He did his thing as well. And I was just like, man, this is what the young talent that we've been trying to feature this whole entire time. They finally got a chance to shine, obviously because Nico was not playing and Kirk wasn't playing either. But I felt like it put CJ on his P's and Q's because now I felt like he was looking all over the field versus him staring down Nico, in which I understand Nico is a top receiver in the league. But I felt like he spread it, the passes and everything around to the young core. So what did you think, man, about the young talent, man, being featured? Woody Marks again, another fantastic day for him too as well. So what did you think about the young talent, man, being featured out there?
I was glad to see the young guys get some reps, some actual game reps, and so it's unfortunate that they had to do so because of the absence of Nico Collins. But the more the merrier in terms of them getting comfortable out there, getting comfortable in different sets and CJ getting comfortable with them, having to do it in actual game setting. So it was nice to see him throw the ball around to everybody. I think he probably hit like 8 or 9 different receivers that game, to be honest with you. I think everybody got a ball that day. So gotta keep it going, man. Keep it going. Hopefully get Nico back for this next one because it's gonna be a good one, man, against Denver. Comfortable and having a good game and being able to try to piggyback off of that will result in another W against the Denver Broncos too.
Man, did you see I know this is a side note, but did you see what the Broncos did to the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Man, that's essentially the number one offense against one of the top defenses. And man, and then this is all without Surtain even being on. I think he went out like at the very beginning of the game from what I've seen. So I don't know however much he played after, but man, that defense that's a scary defense. That's a young, talented, scary defense. So we may have a bout where hey, our defense may do our thing on y'all. Y'all defense may do. So it may literally come down to what offense is going to be competent, what offense is going to show up, who's going to be more strategic with the ball. Because that may be the only way you can get a W. Now I'm talking about how the Texans looked this past Sunday. This past Sunday. Hopefully they don't result back to what they normally do on offense. But I like the offense I seen. This past Sunday, man, they had a lot of quick game action, which I don't know where the hell that was these last couple weeks, man. But a lot of quick action for CJ to get in and out of his the sets. But they looked like a competent offense. That Broncos game should definitely be wonders, man. Like you said, the Colts, they just keep finding a way to win, man. But Jonathan Taylor is playing
like an
out of
MVP,
his man.
like an MVP.
He's playing out of his mind right now, bro. This is like 4 or 5 games in a row. Like, I'm just like, damn, he has not dropped off, like, not even a little bit. And so when you got a run game that you can do that with, I think it's just making it a whole lot easier for Jones to
Sure.
operate the offense. So the Colts game, I'm definitely gonna be looking forward to that Colts game, man. But shout outs to the Houston Texans. W. What that take us to now? About what,
4.
3 and 4?
Yeah.
Season still
So
salvageable.
yeah, hopefully they can, get rolling right now, man. They got this tough one against Denver. Then I think they got the Jags and Tennessee after that. So,
Mhm.
or the Bills. I know all of that is in the mix in these next couple of weeks, some kind of way. So if they can get this one against Denver, man, and get rolling, when it comes time to play the Colts, man, they can be looking pretty dangerous. So one game at a time. I know it's cliche for
Yeah,
sure,
well,
but you
Bills are
definitely can't
gettable too.
overlook this next one that's coming up.
I feel like the Bills are gettable too for
Ah,
the
yeah,
Texans.
anybody's gettable, to be quite honest with you, especially with the defense that they have. It's just all about that offense. Can they keep CJ clean? Can they give him enough time to be able to go through his progressions? Can they find up or create gaps for William Marks and Nick Chubb to be able to break and make one person miss and take a 4 yard gain to a 20 yard gain? That offense is what the barometer the rest of the season is going to be measured on, pretty
Sure.
much. So
Well,
yeah,
hopefully,
anybody can be God.
yeah, hopefully they didn't scrapped whatever they did in them last 3 weeks. Hey, whatever you did this past week, mix in a bunch of that and maybe some strategic stuff. Because like I said, it's going to be different with the Broncos and their corners and whatnot, what have you. But
Break though, man, with Sertan being hurt, I hate to see the best, good players get hurt, but
yeah,
gotta take advantage, man. Gotta take advantage. So let's see if they do so this week.
yeah, hopefully they need to, man. I will be locked and loaded for that one as well, man. LSU, your guys, man. They say, hey, I mean, I
Finally made
mess
the
with,
right decision, man.
yeah,
They should have did that weeks ago.
I mess with LSU. I mess with LSU, but I do have some other teams that I like to watch, the Oklahomas and the Ole Miss and stuff like that. But LSU, man, I know you've been putting your foot on their neck, man, over these last couple of weeks on how they look. Even with a winning record, the teams you have lost to, man, has kind of, I'm not gonna say all the way kicked you out in the playoffs, but man, you're pretty much right there, man. So LSU, they say, hey, man, look, enough with the shenanigans, man. Kelly, you're out of here, man. We got to get you up out of here, man. What did you think about it? Because I know you probably already been calling for it for a while for
Since
LSU.
day one, I didn't like the hiring.
Damn, since
I
day
feel
one?
like nah, since day one, bro. For one, you coming from Notre Dame, you didn't win at Notre Dame. Two, I'm not
Okay.
saying team coaches and personnel up north can't come down, to a Power 5 school down south and make a difference. But I just didn't think he was the guy to do so. Louisiana is hard, bro. That's not a place that you could just go in and expect that these kids are going to gravitate to you. That's a place that's enriched with different type of culture and stuff that's like no
Okay.
other. So you got to actually be almost like ingrained in that some kind of way. Somebody that's actually been through the trenches with these kids or have been around these kids or something, have been around the area to where it feels familiar to you. It never felt familiar to Brian Kelly. Or so like how are these kids gonna take heed to what you're saying or even want to buy into you when you can't even buy into where they come from. You see what I'm saying? So
That's true.
and then the product on the field never looked like LSU football to me. Come on, I've been watching stuff all my life. Like the defense don't look scary at all. I'm just being honest. They got some talent on that defense, but it don't look like LSU defense. Offense. You don't got the playmakers that I'm accustomed to seeing out there in the LSU uniform. I mean, every year you got some big name that's coming out. Like they got, like I say, they have talent, but like I said, it just doesn't look the same. So yeah, I'm glad to see that they made that decision. I don't want to see anybody get fired.
I'm
This
glad to
economy
see.
today, everybody need to get everybody a job. But I mean, you get bailed out. What was it, $54 million? You all right?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Because
Yeah, you
once you
straight.
get fired,
Yeah,
it's not like
yeah.
they're not paying you no more. They
Yeah, they
still
bought
saying, well,
you
here
out
go
for
you.
like $54 million or whatever it was, bro. Yeah, you all right. Let's go find another coach. Stop wasting our time.
Yeah, that still has to suck though, man. Because you want to know what's crazy about college, man, college sports. That man still got a winning record. It's still a winning
Yeah,
record,
but there's
but
certain schools, bro. A winning record just not good enough. You
yeah,
can't
oh yeah,
go to
true,
Ohio State and be like,
true,
"Yeah, I got a winning record." Yeah, but they win championships here. Same thing with
yeah,
Alabama. Yeah, you got a winning record, but Nick Saban won 7 of them things here, or 6 of them. So yeah, like LSU won them too. Every 4 years they won a national championship. It's 4 years, bro. You ain't been in the playoffs yet. Time's up. Gotta go find somebody else to do it.
yeah.
So
No, it is true, man. Because once I seen that he was getting fired, well, I think he was informed. Now I don't know who caught the informed information because it was already outlets that was already over it. Like, oh yeah, man, they told him. So I think he was like addressing the players now, like, hey man, my time is up or whatever. But I was like, damn, the firing ain't even happened yet. But the outlets already got it. So obviously somebody already didn't leak that information. But
they knew if he played that game against Texas A&M, they didn't look any bit competitive. He was gone. As soon as that clock run out, bro, you gone. And that's exactly what happened. They played pretty competitive in the first half, and
yeah,
then that
at the
third quarter
beginning,
came, bro, and that was it. That was all she
oh
wrote. So
man, yeah. At the
yeah.
beginning, when I was watching, and I was like, oh yeah, man, LSU look like they fighting for they coach, they chances, and then it looked like Texas A&M belong at
He went
number
at
3.
halftime.
Yeah.
He went at halftime and said, "Y'all good, bro. Y'all got to fight for me."
Nah,
I
Texas
ain't got to
A&M,
fight no more, bro.
Texas A&M looked like they supposed to be a number 3, number 4 team
Look
in the
legit, man,
nation
for sure.
because they came out and proceeded to put a mud hole in LSU, and I was like, okay, well, damn, yeah, this is probably gonna do it. And so when I seen the news, I was like, yeah, man, I gotta hit up T. Rasco because I know he probably already midway through the game. Get him out of there, man, or probably fire him while the game's still going on.
I woke
He
up
needs
that
to be
morning
gone.
and said it.
But yeah, but it's unfortunate, man. Unfortunate for LSU because I still feel like they were talented enough, and it's kind of like they kind of done wasted the season. It kind of really started with that damn. What was that? The Vanderbilt loss.
Yeah.
That's kind of where it started to probably go downhill right there.
Before that,
Yeah.
it was to me. It was even before the Vanderbilt loss.
Damn.
Uh,
I still feel like it was the Vanderbilt loss that did it. The Vandy, the Vandy loss, man. Did you stay up?
Vanderbilt.
Did you stay up any, man, to look at the Dodgers and Blue Jays, man?
I tried to, man, but we got around, I think, like the 12th inning. I think I ended up falling asleep on it. Got a notification about that in the middle of the night that said that game was over. I had no idea when, as far as 18 innings, but quite sure it's one of those all-time greats. Who was it? Freddie Freeman hit the home run.
Yeah, he hit the walk-off. Yep.
Yeah, so shout outs to the Dodgers. I'm sure the Blue Jays gonna come back game 4 because if they don't, it's probably gonna be over with.
It
Way
might be,
before.
yeah. It might be another Dodgers World Series. If they could flip it on his head next game to tie it up, I think they have a good chance. Just like you, man. Yeah, by the time it got to like the 13th, and I said, okay, I don't know how much more longer this is gonna go. This is just one of those games, one of those nights. I was like, man, I'm probably gonna go ahead and just call it a night. And like, ironically, I actually stayed up a little bit longer, like just laying in the bed and stuff, just looking at stuff on my phone, and then right as I was calling it a night, I finally get the notification that Freeman walked it off or whatever. So Dodgers, man, they doing their thing. I know they get a lot of flack because everybody said they paying all this money for to have all these players. And this is coming from an Astros fan. Hey, if all these teams would have just played their damn players, we wouldn't even have no super team for the Dodgers to even form. Most teams, they let like the Freemans in the other world and the Betts and everybody else, they let them people walk straight out the door. Angels don't want to match Ohtani, or Ohtani was already ready to get out of there any damn way.
First time I've been looking to play for anybody but them anyways. Y'all had him and Trout, and y'all still couldn't get it done. So couldn't even get to the postseason.
But Trout was, but see, that's the thing. Trout was hurt most of his stint and most of Ohtani's stint at the damn Angels. Every time I looked
had
up,
a couple of other people. Didn't they have what's the dude that played for the Nationals that beat us and then went and played for the Angels right after that? I think it was Rendon or something. I don't know. But they had other players on the team.
Oh yeah. You mean Carlos Rendon? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like they were terrible. I mean, well, they pitching always been suspect outside of
that's why Ohtani was pitching. That's exactly why he was pitching.
Still though, man, out of all that time that Trout been there, y'all couldn't get to the postseason once. I don't think he's ever been in the postseason, or maybe he has, but I know he hasn't been there a lot.
Oh, you talking about Trout?
Yeah.
Man, to be honest, I don't
think he ever been, because
I don't think he ever been there.
Astros just went on a run where they've been in the postseason like 9 years.
I don't think he ever been there. I know he was always deemed the guy, ever since he's been with that. But yeah, I don't think he ever been there. To be quite honest with you.
Yeah, if I was Ohtani, I've been trying to get up out of there too. But then too, I don't blame the Dodgers. At the end of the day, the Yankees used to do this too, and they still do to a certain extent. Pay everybody as much as we can, but you still got to win. You still got to win, and for the Dodgers to not only pay people and get the best players, but make it all work.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's the key thing, making it all work, because I don't know if people realize, but Yankees, they did just have Judge, they had Stanton. Then, man, y'all had Juan Soto too. Wasn't Juan Soto there before he went? No, he went to the Mets, I think. Yeah, he went to the Mets. Yeah. But he was still there. He was there with y'all. Y'all didn't make it work. The pitching was suspect, and Judge.
Ready to play for the Stros and left when we lost the World Series. He went to the Yankees.
Myles Garrett. You talking about the pitcher?
Yeah, not Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is the.
No, not Myles Garrett. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Myles Garrett. I was just looking at him on my screen throwing his helmet. Yeah, throwing his helmet down or whatever the case may be. That's why.
What was it? Cole, Garrett Cole.
Yeah, Garrett Cole. I don't know why I said Myles Garrett, but yeah, Garrett Cole. Wanted all that bread from the Astros, and the Astros said, "Yeah, we're gonna let you out." Then went over there, ain't been the same since he got to the Yankees.
So, like I said, I mean, Dodgers throw that money at everybody, but like I said, they find a way to get back to the World Series every year too. So you can't do nothing but tip your hat to it.
Yeah, no,
it's all right. The Astros will be back. We'll be back.
They gelling, man. They gelled, and like I said, most people complain and say, "Oh man, look, I mean that's an expensive World Series because you're paying all these." But I'm like, man, shit, they winning. They winning, like they're literally winning. Like, what else do you want them to do? Like, I don't like them. I mean, like I said, this is coming from Astros fan. I could care less about them, as far as the team wise. But hey, they making it all work. They making it all work, man. So kudos to them. But yeah, I wasn't about to stay up for no 18 innings.
Like winning, they doing all that money that they dishing out, they getting it right back.
Yeah, getting all that bread back. That bread coming back tenfold in the season, man. Everybody's going out paying top dollar to watch that team play. And just think about the amount of, like, California is not a cheap place by any stretch of the imagination. So if you've never been to California, you've never seen, what the prices and stuff that they charge. That is a very expensive place to be. And so the amount of money that they making just by being in the World Series, man, them people is paying top dollar to go to games to watch the Dodgers. So they getting it all back. All this money that they dishing out, they getting it all right back, man. Do you know what? Since this is on my screen, since I said his name, Myles Garrett, man. Do you think he just need to go ahead and just want out?
Sorry, like you went, you got the money. That's what you did. Like,
Yeah,
that you wanted to be gone. You wanted to win, and then they threw all that money at you, and you said, "I have a change of heart." So you chose the money. This is the bed that you chose. You knew
yeah,
y'all would be
that is
sorry.
true,
You
man.
knew
You know,
y'all gonna be sorry. You could have looked at that roster. I don't care who y'all draft to come in here. The roster we got here is not good enough to win.
that
So
is true. That is true.
yeah.
I was about
Continue
to
to
come up
get
with a situation.
break those records, bro. Continue to be one of the greatest players to ever lace them up, but you ain't gonna win nothing. That's all. That's
I,
all.
I was going to feed something to try to defend
Nah.
it, but after you just then put it that way, just like yeah, you know what? I can't even defend the situation. Like, but yeah, man, it's just unfortunate, man,
Organization
bro.
trash from the jump. You know
Yeah,
y'all
that's
was
true.
dysfunctional from the jump, bro. Y'all
That's
still out
true.
there, still out there with Dylan Gabriel as y'all starting quarterback, right? Come on, man. What is we doing, man?
And to for they, I guess they want to die on that hill. I guess because yeah, man, you know, I'm
Like,
just
how can
happy
you
that it
hate a
ain't my
man
team.
so
Yeah,
strong that you willing to still leave Dylan Gabriel out there? Y'all telling me Shador Sanders is that behind? Like he's that bad of a quarterback?
no,
Seriously?
no.
Come on, you
To be
willing to
honest,
lose your job behind this? Because
yeah,
that's what's gonna happen, bro. You're gonna get
that's
fired.
yeah.
Like y'all ain't finna win nothing. So you ain't coming back with
Jokingly,
Dylan Gabriel next year. There's no quarterback that's gonna save your job in the draft. So
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know where they going with that situation. Jokingly, I don't even think I'm that bad of a QB, as bad as like.
No,
So
I'm not
that's what.
that bad of a Q of someone to be able to assess a talent in a QB. I know
Yeah,
that much.
that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then like I was seeing a couple of like I guess like the people who cover the Browns. I was seeing a lot of them talk about it on X or whatever. They had a lot of clips about it. And even they are even like, bro, it can't be that serious. Like we all professionals. It can't be that serious for y'all to just finally just choke it up, admit that you were wrong, and just say, all right, Shador, man, go ahead and get in there, man. Let me see what you got. Like, y'all are willing to embarrass yourselves on national TV every week by putting that guy in. I guess that's what y'all want. Living in purgatory, man. That's that's what all that is. That's absurd. So I'm
Saying
glad I'm
Shador
not a
probably gonna
Browns
get
fan.
out there and just be electrifying either. But I'll tell you this, I think his ceiling is much higher than Dylan Gabriel.
True.
Dylan Gabriel's statue alone, is not suitable for him to be an elite quarterback. How
Yeah.
many short quarterbacks have we had outside of Russell Wilson and Drew Brees that's been able to have a actual all pro stellar career? It's not too many of them, and it's for a
Kyler
reason. I
Murray
mean,
had promise. He had
Kyler
promise.
Murray is someone that's, for one, still hasn't had an all pro season. Arizona ain't won nothing. So,
That's true. I
and I'm
mean,
not
but
saying he's the reason for it, but at the same time, it's hard to be 5'8" or 5'9", whatever he is, and be able to throw between the tackles, right? Unless you throwing dump passes. How you gonna see the ball vertically downfield when you
yeah,
can't even see over your offensive tackles and your offensive guards? Like, how are you gonna be able to do that when the pocket collapses on you and it feels like it's caving in over your head too because you too damn
yeah,
short?
it's too
Being
short. Yeah.
honest, you're gonna always have to roll out so you can have clear vision. You're gonna always have to do that shit.
But that's
Everybody's
why
not good,
Kyler Murray had
bro.
promise though, because he had the legs. I felt
Yeah,
like
but
he had the
you can't
legs
do
to
that
try.
all the time either. You can't just be rolling out. And then Kyler Murray is a different type of athlete. Remember, this is a dude that was also a top 10 pick playing baseball. Also, he's just an anomaly in that
Yeah,
regard.
that's
And
true.
like I said, he still has some shortcomings too. No pun intended. But Dylan Gabriel, bro, is not Kyler Murray, and he never was. He wasn't that at Oregon. So what the hell
Yeah.
is y'all doing besides literally handing in your pink slip and saying, "Here, man, you can go ahead and clean my desk out as soon as the season over."
Maybe y'all trying to get it over with
I guess
faster
so.
than by playing by him being in the game. But yeah, they look terrible, man. And Myles Garrett, rightfully so, man. He damn near broke the bench with that helmet, slamming it down. Like it's crazy, man. You got what he had. I think he had like 5 or 6 sacks
It's 6 sacks, some
in the
ridiculous
game.
stat.
Something ridiculous, and it was just like, bruh, when you playing your heart out, having one of those, masterful games, and then my team look like this, like I can't even. Yeah, it just sucks, man. It just sucks for the Browns, man. So if you're a Browns fan, I'm sorry, man. Sorry
Dylan
that y'all are
Gabriel
good.
was 21 for 35 for 156 yards, bro. Come
21
on,
for
man. He threw the
35.
ball 35 times and got 156 yards out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you
Enjoy
wanna
that
know what's
money. Nah. Enjoy that money, bro.
Do you want to know what's funny, man? That I seen before we get out of here, bro. Somebody had made a post and was like, he was talking about Tua, and he was saying, man, all I'm saying is, all these people starting to get investigated for sports gambling, and all of a sudden Tua come out and play like this, man. He needs to be investigated. And when you looked at his game, it was like, bro, yeah, man, he looked electrifying this past game with him and Waddle, and it was like I see what he's trying to say, but it was like I just felt it was kind of funny situation for the
Any
gambling.
problem that Tua having is because of all them damn concussions he had. That's probably what that comes from.
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah, I
he did.
still
He,
to this
he had
day don't
quite a
see how
few.
you, like, bro, you weren't moving, man. Your body was still literally shaking, bro. You
Yeah,
said I'm
that's
gonna come
true.
back. You must
At
really love the
first,
game, man.
okay, after that second one, no, I think it was after the third one that knocked him out. I thought he was going to retire. I thought it was going to be a silent retire, and then they was going to make an announcement that he was retiring. I did not think he was coming back to play football because I was like, man, at this point, I know we had a lot of people had jokes and stuff about his play or whatever, but I was like, bro, like you made it to the highest level. Your health is more important. I think you just need to chill out. And I thought that's what he was going to do. But yeah, I don't know what made him come back because it's not like you came back to a winning situation like you had a Super Bowl run that you've been waiting to compete for or nothing like that. So I don't know what made him come back, man. I don't. This week, man, what you're looking forward to this
More
week?
Rockets basketball more than anything, man. Now that they got that
Take
win
that.
under their belt and boys look a little more comfortable in that game against the Nets, just seeing how they continue to gel each and every game. So that's probably what I'm looking more forward to. And then of course the game against the Broncos. Like I say, that's such an important one. If they can beat the Broncos this Sunday, bro, they can probably get rolling and start winning maybe 3 or 4 of them in a row before playing against that important game against the Colts. So those are the top 2 things I'm looking forward to.
I must say I'll take some of that action on the Broncos, but I am looking forward to. Man, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I'm looking forward to my bout starting Thursday, man. This week in my fantasy, man, because I have came roaring back with about 4 wins in a row, and now I'm at the top of the leaderboard. Now I'm playing one of the top guys. I got some players playing on Thursday too, so I'm trying to come for that bread, man. I need that bread, in my life. So that's what I'm looking for. But I am looking forward to the Texans and the Broncos too as well, man. But yeah, that
Yeah,
fantasy,
started off
I gotta
strong
get
with
it.
that. Started off strong, bro, and I think I dropped 3 of my last 4. So yeah,
See,
I'm
I
gonna have to
dropped.
regroup in that fantasy world, man.
That was my first. See, my first 3 or 4 guys. I was like, man, forget all this, man. I ain't worried about fantasy. And I look up, I win the next 4. I think it was like the 4. I had to be 4. Yeah, because of what the record is. But yeah, man, now I'm right there. I'm right there, in the mix, playing another top guy. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this fantasy game, man. They got a nice little pot. They got a nice little pot over here, man, that I'm trying to collect and bring to the highs, man.
I understand, bro. Like I said, I got some regrouping to do on my end.
Well, guys, it's been fun. I'm Corey Mixed It. That is T. Rasco, producer extraordinaire, man. This is the 4-5 podcast. We'll catch y'all next week. Go Rockets. Go Texans, man. Peace.